Hey everybody, welcome back to Bookish Daddy. Thank you so much for all the subscriptions, the comments, the likes. Uh Man, this channel is growing. We are almost at 400 subscriptions. Uh continue to drop comments below, to like, to share, to subscribe and enjoy the content. If there's anything that I could add to it that you would enjoy to see, feel free, drop it below and I'll do it. Uh, I have a very fun video today. At least I think it will be. So we went to this cool little bookshop and it was a ice cream parlor, old fashioned candy shop slash bookstore. And it was a blast. I took some videos, some clips, some pictures, and I'm going to do a little like video at the beginning of this, and then we are going to get into my 5-star reads of the quarter of the year and kind of my goals. And I've actually got a little fan mail that I'm excited to open. Looks like it's a couple books. So we'll get into it. All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. The bookstore was in Ohio. We showed up, we got some ice cream nachos. I don't know if I have a picture of those. If I do, I'll throw it down here. But it was like waffle pieces covered in chocolate and vanilla ice cream with cookie dough, and it was crazy. The girls loved it. It was delicious. And we got a couple books. I'll show you at the end of this. Actually, I'll show you the books now, and then we'll get into the 5 stars. So I got Ready Player One, which is I've read before. It's one of my favorite books ever, but I'm going to reread it and give it a new rating because it's been years. But love this book. It has to do with video games and 80s music, 80s lifestyle, and it's a classic. It is so good for a fantasy book, and it is phenomenal. I'm going to reread it and rate it and do that in a later video. Uh, we also got Eternal Rain by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. Uh, Beautiful book. I have never heard of this before, but it says the vampire prince has never claimed a human until now. My whole life I've been nothing but a means to an end. Livestock kept caged for the production of blood. The annual testing is about to begin, and those who pass are never seen again. So screw that. My twin and I decide to risk it all, to run before the royals could claim us. Turns out that dream expired fast. So it's a vampire book, and I looked on Goodreads before we bought it. It had insane ratings. It was nice and floppy, so we got it. This next one I have seen everywhere. It is by Lee Bardugo, and it is The Familiar. It has the beautiful sprayed edges, uh, beautiful cover, and like I said, I've seen this everywhere. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere I look, people are talking about this. From what I gather, It is a historical fantasy, and it takes place in Spain. This young girl is a housemaid and has like light magic that she uses to kind of help her get through her days. And her mistress or owner or whoever notices and I'm assuming uses her for evil or for her own self gain. Either way, I'm excited about this book and cannot wait to read it. All right, now let's get into the 5 stars. So these are all the books I read just the first quarter of this year and that I rated 5 stars, and I guess a little bit about them. The first one, Sarah J. Maas's Empire of Storms. I just finished the tandem, and of the two, I gave this one 5 stars. I'm not going to go crazy into these because the next two, Crown of Midnight and Queen of Shadows, were also 5 star reads. All the same series, Throne of Glass series, all Sarah J. Maas. Uh, I've got videos on it you can go watch. I'm going to do more on the last 3 books in the series. You know the books, you know the series. If you're a fan of fantasy, I mean, even if you're not, you've heard of these, you've heard of this entire series. So far, 3 of the 7 I've read have been 5 stars. All the rest are 4 star reads. Uh, Phenomenal books. Next is going to be Dress of the Emerald Sea. You've all heard me talk about this so much, you're probably getting tired of hearing it. I don't care. I'm going to continue to talk about it because this is by far, I think, one of Brandon Sanderson's best work, which is saying a lot. I am a huge, huge Brandon Sanderson fan, and this book is just so cozy. I could reread it and reread it. I've said before, he wrote it for his wife, and you could tell he just put a lot of love into it. It's very whimsical, very Princess Bride. The world is so unique, and it is just such a fun, cozy, low stakes read, and I loved it so much. This is not only my favorite read of this quarter. I would probably say this is one of my favorite books of all time. I loved this book so much. So the last book, I am going to have to throw a little picture down here because it was an audiobook. I don't do it often, but if I'm at work, I work at a computer. Sometimes very rarely, I'll listen to an audiobook instead of a podcast or anything, music. And this one is The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden. It was a thriller. I do not read those often, and it was a super fun read. I'll give you a quick, I don't want to do any spoilers. Basically, this woman, it is a mom's point of view. It's got a bunch of different point of views, but it starts off, it's a mom's point of view of her ideal perfect son. She has 2 kids, but he is like perfect. He has straight A's. He is well mannered. He does everything to a T. He loves her very much, or so it seems. And at the same time, she lets you know off the get go that he does have a problem, that he is a sociopath, which means he can't really feel love. And he does some very like demonic things that she covers up because he is her favorite son and she does love him. And it is kind of the POV of a mom raising a sociopathic child. He's like 8 or 9 at the beginning of it. Uh, Dude, it is a thriller. It has so many twists and turns, and it is a fun read. I gave it 5 stars. Uh, if you're ever looking for a good thriller and you're wanting something that's not, it wasn't too gory, there was no smut, it was nothing crazy. It was just a very by the book thriller, and I thought that was so fun. So I also wanted to go over my expectations for the rest of the year. I had put originally that I only wanted to read, I believe, 20 books. So I put that I only wanted to read 20 books this year, and I'm already at 13. So I think I'm going to bump that up to 40. I'm on a very good pace now that I'm throwing audiobooks in here and there. I'm going to do all the TBRs I've done. I'm going to start getting into that. I am on Kingdom of Ash right now. So the last book in the Throne of Glass series. And then I'm going to start knocking out the books from the last TBR video, which should be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to delve into some of those books. Next, I am going to open some book mail. So somebody sent me some books. I have no idea what's in it, but I am very, very excited about it. Thank you so much, whoever sent these. See what I got. Oh, I have been wanting to read these. The Six of Crows duology by Leah Bardugo. That's the same lady that wrote the Familiar, so that's awesome. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. Hey, thank you so much. I cannot wait to read these. I have had these on my TBR list for a long, long time and haven't taken the time to buy these. Again, thank you. I can't wait to dig into these. Uh, I would like to say thank you again for the BookTube community being so welcoming. I have gotten so many shout outs and comments and people sharing my videos and showing me love. Uh, Once I hit 500 subscriptions, I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'll go into detail on that, like what all will be given away and how to enter once we get a little closer. But that's the goal. Once we hit 500, I'm going to do a nice giveaway for y'all. Thank you so much for everything, for uh, interacting with me and letting me get to know you better and letting me sit here and talk about books for 15-20 minutes. I've had a lot of fun doing it. Oh, hope y'all like the Twilight shirt I stole from my wife. I hope y'all have a great week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was a decent little fun video. And I'll see you next week.